Hi, everyone. So first, thank you to Campaign for Liberty for inviting me to speak. This is actually my third LPAC, and I'm glad to be here. I'm Julie Borowski. I make YouTube videos about liberty, and as you can see, some of my videos are completely ridiculous, but I think there's a method to the madness. At least I think so. So I was asked how to make liberty fun, how to reach other people by making liberty fun. I think liberty is fun. I think it's a simple concept. It pretty much appeals to everyone. Okay. If you think about the ideas of liberty as a product, we're lucky in that our product is actually awesome. It's just basically, people should be able to do as they dang well please. My boss is Matt Kibbe. Maybe you got his book outside for free. Libertarianism in a nutshell is don't hurt people and don't take their stuff. That's hopefully not too controversial. It's just very simple. And everyone else in political ideas, they have such a cruddy product, tyranny. That's not very popular. The government controlling your lives and telling you what to do and how to live. That's a cruddy product. That's really lame. But they're great at selling that product. I believe we have a great product, but sometimes we're not so good at selling it, and that's something that we can work on, and I'm working on it myself too. It takes more than just great ideas. We often ask ourselves, why isn't everyone a libertarian? It just makes so much sense. Why don't they get it? I think one of the reasons is because not enough people have been exposed to libertarian ideas. Public schools are definitely not teaching about libertarianism. I never heard the word through my K through 12 education. The left owns TV, popular songs. They own YouTube channels. The left understands the power of YouTube. Earlier this year, President Obama invited a bunch of popular YouTubers to the White House to speak about Obamacare. He took a break from his golfing to actually meet with popular YouTubers. Hannah Hart, Tyler Oakley, Vsauce, Epic Rap Battles of History. If you don't know who those people are, they have millions and millions of subscribers, and they went home and they made videos about Obamacare to show their youth. Many of these they're not political. Many of these YouTube channels, they're not exactly political. They're funny, they're lighthearted, but they sneak those political ideas in there, and I've seen it firsthand. A lot of people just are not exposed to libertarianism. Think about it. The average person doesn't really research every single political philosophy and gives it a fair shake and says, well, this is what I am. Most people, they're exposed to things maybe through their upbringing or things they see, and that's how they develop their political views. Like it or not, most people are not going to sit down with a long, dry economics book and actually read it. Back in 2006, 2007, I got really into libertarianism, and I tried to convert my family. And I would buy my mom these long, dry economics books for her birthday and Christmas, and surprisingly, or not so surprisingly, she never read any of this. I would come home and I would see them, collecting dust. And then, I would send my emails to my family, with long YouTube videos saying, watch this, it will change your mind, you'll see what I'm talking about if you just watch this. And they didn't say anything back because they were really boring YouTube videos. They were, an hour long, some guy talking to his camera, ranting and kind of zoning out. That wasn't really something that appealed to them. And it doesn't have to be like that. Libertarianism is not boring. What's so boring about owning yourself, making your own choices, sticking it to the establishment, telling the man to go away? That's exciting stuff. So I think there's room for libertarian content that doesn't sound like a college textbook, that actually is fun. And that's what I try to do with my YouTube channel. I try to make it, easy to digest information and hopefully entertaining, so people see a different side of libertarianism. I think humor is non-threatening. People don't like to be preached to. That's just everyone. They just don't want to be preached to. I get a lot of messages from people who say, I don't agree with basically anything you say, but I'm strangely watching your YouTube channel. So that's really cool because they're actually exposed to other ideas and, maybe they're taken into consideration what I'm saying. So I was going to give you some, maybe tips from me, I don't know, on professional advice if you want to be a libertarian content creator, things that I've learned on my way. The number one thing is don't be boring. Especially if you have a YouTube channel, you have about 5 seconds to get the audience actually interested in what you're saying. You have to be quick. People on YouTube, they have ADD. If you're not interested in them, they're going to click on another video. So you have to get them like that. Number 2, try to set yourself apart from all the other libertarian content creators. I feel like almost every libertarian, they have a podcast these days, which is fine, but how does your podcast separate you from all the other hundreds of libertarian podcasts out there? Are you saying anything different? Are you doing anything different? Or is it just another libertarian podcast? My YouTube channel didn't really take off until I wasn't afraid to be myself. I think when I first started, I was like, okay, I'm a libertarian. I just need to be very serious and discuss the important issues. But when I started kind of getting a little bit goofy and showing my personality, I think that's when people actually started watching it regularly, and I got more subscribers. So show off your personality. Tell people who you are, that you're a real person. You're not just like a libertarian robot who just, says a bunch of Mises quotes. You're a real person. Because, like it or not, who you are is just as important as what you say. If people don't like you, they're not going to listen to you, especially like on video. If they're like, I don't like this person, they're just going to click off and they're going to judge your ideas based on whether they like you or not. But at the same time, you're never going to get everyone to like you. As a libertarian content creator, there are people who are going to hate your guts, and the hate is going to come from every single direction. Conservatives are going to think that you're a liberal hippie. Liberals are going to call you a teabagger. And libertarians are also going to hate you. Whether it's, you're not pure enough, or you're too pure, or you're a puppet of the Illuminati, or whatever they think, you're going to get hate everywhere. So I guess you just have to get thick skin with it. Know that the haters are going to hate, so you just have to shake it off, in the words of the great Taylor Swift. Next, interact with your audience. Social media is a two-way street. I think it's good when people think that you're their friends. If you comment and have a conversation going, they're more likely to support what you're doing. If they feel you're a real person behind the computer screen, you actually care about your audience and you respond to them. I try to respond to all the messages that I get. I respond to a bunch of comments so that we can create like a community more so. Also, it's important to be consistent. If you have a blog, you can't just post every now and then. If you want to get an audience, you have to post consistently so people know when you're going to upload something. And popular blogs do not happen overnight. I know it's so frustrating when you post something and you get no response back, you get 0 likes on Facebook, and you worked really hard on this, but you really just have to keep going and be patient with it and continue being consistent. My first YouTube videos got, I don't know, maybe 100 views, and I thought that was a big deal. So you just have to keep trying at it. Another thing that I've learned based about social media is you have to create content that people want to watch and share, especially that people want to share. One thing I've learned about social media, especially people's personal accounts, they're crafting an image of themselves. There's a meme that says, I hope that one day your life is as great as you pretend it is on Facebook. So people will post things, just basically send out a message about themselves. Like people go to parties and they post pictures of them at parties just to post on Facebook, even if the party was completely lame, basically just to say, hey, I'm fun, I'm outgoing, all that kind of stuff. That's why, the ice bucket challenge took off, because it said something about the person that was doing it. So it's really all about people crafting an image. That's why all the BuzzFeed quizzes these days, like what kind of Fruit Loop you are or whatever, because every single answer is something positive about you. Oh, you're a fun person. Well, you're going to post that, say, hey, I'm a fun person, everybody. So that's something I've learned. I don't know if it's good or bad, but you have to work with that. So people will share your videos if it sends out a good message about them. Whether it's, I care about important issues, or I'm supporting a good cause, just something to think about. but always just remember why you're doing it. And hopefully that's to change people's minds and, make a difference in the world. And you don't have to be completely serious. You can have some fun because liberty is fun. Thanks.